HD Studios, News 8's Good Morning Quad Cities.
Festival-like atmosphere, what you could get your hands on at the Dixon Horse Auction. And taking a live look from our downtown cam as we get ready to start the day. Thanks so much for joining us for our first look at the news. I'm Rebecca Smith. This is Good Morning Quad Cities at 4:30.
And I'm Chief Meteorologist James Zahara. Jimmy is, I think, taking a couple of days off.
Jimmy, I like that name.
I always call him Jimmy.
Or Jimbo, perhaps?
We have a lot of names for him.
Oh,
but
yeah.
we all mention that.
Tell me more.
Well, we had a pretty decent weekend out there. It was a little frosty yesterday morning, and guess what? Maybe a little frost on the rooftops. Can't be ruled out as well, because right now we're at a temperature of 34 degrees. The winds are calm. We're getting actually some temperatures a little bit colder than that from some of our hometowns just to our north and west. But it does promise to be a nice bright start to the day. And what a difference in temperatures that we see later in the day. Stay tuned for that. I'll tell you more about that in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks so much, James. Tonight, Davenport school board members could be making some major cuts to transportation. District leaders plan to cut $3 million for the 2013-2014 school year, starting with $400,000 in transportation reductions. The cuts include eliminating before and after school bus service for childcare and extending elementary walk zones to 2 miles. Board members are expected to make a decision at their meeting tonight, which starts at 7 o'clock in the Davenport Schools Achievement Service Center off Brady Street. The River Bandits will make a decision today on who their next parent club will be. The Midwest League team will announce which of the 3 major league clubs they will sign a contract with at a news conference this afternoon. The Bandits could become affiliated with the Anaheim Angels, the Houston Astros, or the Oakland Athletics. They'll affiliate with their new organization for the next 2 seasons. Fur coats, artwork, pickup trucks, and hundreds of horses. Thousands came to Dixon, Illinois yesterday to place a bid on Rita Crundwell's belongings. News 8's Jenna Morton has more.
It's kind of like a state fair with food vendors, and some people come to buy and some people come to watch. It's the biggest event in the horse world for many, many years.
What may look like a festival was actually an auction.
And 9,095 here, what do you get 5,000, what do you get 92, what do you do, what do you 92, 92, what do you 92?
Sunday was the first day Rita Crundwell's belongings were up for bid at her Red Brick Road Ranch in Dixon, Illinois. She's accused of stealing $53 million from the city when she was comptroller.
It's too bad it all happened, but we're here to bid on some horses, and hopefully we can bring back some of the money back to Dixon, Illinois.
More than 3,000 bidders registered, people from all over the country. The auction had food vendors and even shuttles to take people to and from the ranch.
I've been in the horse business all my life, and I've never seen anything like this, no place in the United States.
I've been to a lot of auctions, but they're not to this caliber, it's your typical auction.
Money made will go towards repaying the city, but one local says it won't be enough.
It's kind of sad that it had to come to this, and Dixon is going to get severely shortchanged. A lot of people got hurt by it.
Either way, everything must go, from items like riding equipment to 330 horses.
It's something that nobody has ever heard of, this many horses for one person owning.
Today is the last day for the auction, which will begin at 11 and last until everything is sold. People can go online during the live auction to bid on Crundwell's horses. A week-long search for a missing retired firefighter from California has reportedly come to an end. The family of Charlie Dowd says his body was located by a railroad worker in western Nebraska. The 69-year-old disappeared from a train last week while he was on a trip from San Francisco to see family in Montreal. Relatives contacted Galesburg hospitals hoping he may have gotten off there. Investigators think he may have become disoriented and fallen off the train. A fire in LeClaire leaves a family homeless. It happened yesterday afternoon at a home off Territorial Road. Bettendorf and Princeton Fire responded to help LeClaire firefighters with additional water and manpower. LeClaire's fire chief says smoke detectors are to thank for getting everyone out of the home safely. Luckily, most of the damage was contained to an attic.
The damage to the house is very minimal. We got a good attack, quick knockdown on it. As you can see, we did have to open up the roof, which is common in house fires.
The cause of the fire yet to be determined. In the last 2 years, more than 22,000 children have been injured by falling television sets. One of those kids is Alina Coe. Last month, Alina was seriously injured when she pulled a TV onto herself. Sunday was Alina's birthday, but she is still in a coma. To honor her, friends and family went door to door in Des Moines, handing out flyers and showing people how they can make their homes safer.
Everybody has control in their own home, and they can buy the tip over kits at places and just be as safe as you can.
Alina's family set up a fund to help cover medical expenses. Smokers in Iowa could get help in their effort to quit. A study by Nicorette found 61% of smokers would like to quit, and a majority say they'd like to do it within the next 6 months. Nicorette is inviting Des Moines smokers to participate in the Nicorette Smoke Swap at local Walmarts. If a person turns in their pack of cigarettes, they get a free Nicorette starter pack coupon.
Just been thinking about it for a long time, and it's time to stop procrastinating and really just do it. You know, it's not an easy thing to do, but you know, I'm going to give it an honest attempt.
Health concerns and costs top the list of motivations to quit smoking, with about 2/3 of Iowa smokers citing each as a reason to kick the habit. Well, following a week-long teacher strike, Chicago Symphony Orchestra members are the latest to hit the picket lines in the Windy City. The musicians' contract ended last Sunday. They agreed to play through the negotiations, but those talks ended Saturday night. That's when they decided to call off a concert at the last minute. More than 2,000 people were left very disappointed and some angry. Meanwhile, in Des Moines, union employees at Anderson Erickson are striking. Last night at 8, about 100 members of the Teamsters Local 120 began picketing at the Des Moines headquarters. The company wants its workers to start paying for part of their health care. Currently, the workers pay nothing for health insurance. The company cites strong competition within the dairy industry for the contract change.
Very difficult to balance health insurance, the pension that we're talking about for union employees, and to remain competitive in the marketplace. And then just the general cost of basic materials that we need: sugar, cocoa, packaging, even milk. I mean, it's just gone up dramatically in the last 3 to 4 years.
The company has a plan in place to handle business while union employees are on strike. The road to the White House leads to swing states like Iowa for presidential candidates, but now some are wondering if the Hawkeye state should even be considered a battleground state. A new poll shows President Obama winning in Iowa by 8%. Some are saying that's enough to change its swing state status.
The experts are now thinking that states like Wisconsin and Colorado may become more important to the candidates and their strategies, and Iowa may be less important.
Election day is November 6th, but you can start casting your vote in Iowa as early as Thursday. That's when early voting starts. In Illinois, you'll have to wait another month. Early voting begins there on October 22nd. Davenport's first neighborhood is looking for some new residents. 8 homes are for sale in the Gold Coast District, which is located between 5th and 9th and Ripley and Vine Streets, just north of downtown. The neighborhood is known for its picturesque views of the Mississippi River. Many of the historic homes were built in the 1850s. All of the homes on the market were unlocked for a special open house yesterday.
So you're not going to find other neighborhoods that are like this. It's a very vibrant neighborhood, and people are continually working to restore the historic value of these homes, and it's a great place to live.
And last year, the Gold Coast neighborhood was designated as one of 10 great neighborhoods by the American Planning Association. It's the first neighborhood in the entire state to receive such an award. A local jazz celebration is about more than just the music. It's also about raising money to help the homeless in the Quad Cities. The 3rd annual Humility of Mary New Orleans Jazz Brunch took place yesterday morning at Crow Valley Golf Club in Davenport. Humility of Mary housing began 22 years ago, and since then, it's helped 700 families, including 1,400 children in the Quad Cities.
We did not want to be just landlords. We wanted to affect change in people's lives, and we believe that the best way to do that is to require either education or job training goals.
This year, Sister Vogel says they wanted 80% of their families to achieve or be working on those types of goals when they left Humility of Mary housing. That number is now up to 94%. Across the river, an event to raise money for homeless shelters and domestic violence programs is more like a celebration.
We want people to feel empowered and feel happy and encouraged by the fact that they've come out of painful and traumatic situations.
The second annual Phoenix Festival took place at Schwiebert Park in downtown Rock Island Sunday. The Music and Arts Fest raises awareness about domestic violence, focusing on healing through art, whether it's dance, music, poetry, or painting. 3 people who were hurt in that mass shooting at a Colorado movie theater back in July are now suing the theater's owner. The lawsuits claim the theater lacked proper security, including an alarm system. James Holmes is accused of opening fire inside the theater during a midnight showing of The Dark Knight Rises. 12 people were killed and dozens more injured. Theater owner Cinemark plans to reopen the theater next year after reconfiguring and refurbishing the theater where the shooting spree happened. Still ahead on Good Morning Quad Cities, a look at an unusual sight that occurred along the I-74 bridge during yesterday's marathon, and app problems, why some people are upset with the new iPhone 5.
And outside right now, yeah, it's pretty cold, and like yesterday morning, a little frosty in some locations, but what a dramatic turn in temperatures starting off today. We'll talk more about that after the break here on Good Morning Quad Cities.
You're watching Good Morning Quad Cities on HD News 8 with Jim Mertens and Julie Sisk.